Zoom Room video sponsored by the BMC.
All right. Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. As the Oracle foretold, two idiots who would misinterpret the news so you don't have to. Live from Deltona, Florida, the avatars themselves, Jack and Laz.
And greetings, everybody. This is Laz Technical Difficulties Long, and that's Jack, who is on a call. Because, yes, you were right about that, but my audio is not working, and Waldo hitting us up with the sub, and we just lost Jack. Don't know what happened to Jack there, but I'm assuming he'll be back momentarily. There he is. There he is. He's back, and 300 bits getting us started off right here on Whacked Out Wednesday. Waldo! Yes, we're all sorts of broken. So, Waldo, give us a track number. We'll get started off because we're waiting for other stuff to load with the race and some giveaways and a game for Waldo. As I'm waiting to get back into the game here. And open the giveaway. Yes. Everybody can now type exclamation, I love free shit. As I try and get my mouse back over here. Aldo says news. Well, I need something to do while I'm waiting for this to load, so. And Bridge Troll says pin it with another 300 bits, so we're gonna go ahead and pin it. In the meantime, let's get the raging pin up and loaded. And Waldo says random. Thank you, Waldo. So we'll start with the raging pin, then we'll do a random track for Waldo as we get these keys up, and we'll get some keys out to you guys while I'm waiting on the rest of this stuff to load on in. But for Waldo, I got a copy of Parkan 2 on Steam. $4, $3.99. And for Bridge Troll, you're going to get a copy of Star Wolves, which is also $3.99, $4 on Steam. Let's get those keys off to you guys. You guys get ready to play. Jack, count us in on marbles. 4, 3, 2, 1, start. You got 69 seconds to get in on the action as I get resituated and back into the games here because my audio is not working. Owl's Head is taking forever to load up this morning. Don't know why, because it's Owl's Head. Just waiting for it to load up. But let's get these keys out. First off to Waldo, and then off to Bridge Troll. And here we go. You got 30 seconds to get in on the action. Waldo, where are you at? Are you still overseas? Are you headed back to the U.S.? What's the status on your road trip? You want to give everybody an update? We'd all appreciate it, I'm sure. Copy. Copy. I hate when it won't do this. Waldo says he is home. Congratulations, Waldo. As we follow everybody down the track, and who was that? Who was ejected? That was Mom. I am currently in the lead. Where is everybody else? Everybody else is behind me. As we head on down to the Raging Pen. All right, Waldo got his key. Bridget Royal, there's your key. And keys are all caught up as we head on down to the pin. Stymie was ejected. Radia giving chase, trying to get down here to the pin. You get a chance. Everybody else way behind. Radia ejected. As I make my way, Bridge Troll coming up behind me. Crowd finally loading in. Tina ejected. And if one replay can get in here, then it's anybody's. Oh, nope, not anymore. Oh, damn, I was popped back up on the track. So it still is anybody's. I don't think I've ever seen that one happen. Bridget Royal popped up. Looks like he's going to drop in for that win.
Paladin Michael was victorious on my side.
Congratulations,
Congrats,
Paladin Michael.
Paladin Michael. Now, the real question is, what is Paladin Michael's in-game name?
I think it's Paladin Michael.
What's a paladin?
What's a paladin?
That is by far the worst meme ever. It's not Paladin Michael. Michael, Paladin Michael, we need your in-game name. I was the first one ejected on my stream, so and then Tina is still trying to figure out how to get in the brown hole. Oh, he's finally plunged down into it. What's a paladin? That's me. Is your name What's a Paladin? So how is that spelled?
Needs your in-game name to send you some scrolls.
What's a paladin? Because you can't do... Is it just paladin?
Michael
Okay.
Berg. Michael Berg. All right, we're closing out the giveaway as I get ready to give away another Steam key.
And I guess we're doing a random track.
A random for Waldo.
Okay.
I got to give away a copy of, what was it? Rec Center Tycoon is going to be going out to somebody that we didn't give away yesterday. So that's going to be the game that we're giving away to one lucky winner.
So Laz, what's up with all the technical difficulties? Why are you living up to your middle name today?
Yeah, my voice meter sometimes overnight gets hung up, and when I restart it, it doesn't restart. And I had restarted it, but I really didn't check it. And of course, I'm saying all sorts of things in places, and I can't hear you. I don't know if you guys could even see me. And Econ Das got himself a copy of Rec Center Tycoon. Congratulations, Econ Das. As we reset that and get everybody ready for the next random race.
Yep. I'm going to be playing Devil's Chaos on my side.
Devil's Chaos.
Yes.
We're going to be playing The Factory on this side.
Sweet.
Anytime you want to count us in.
We are clicking start in 3, 2, 1, start. Okay.
69 seconds, one more
there
time.
You go. And don't forget !play on both streams. Yeah, that meeting ran very long due to some technical difficulties. Someone's power went out, not mine. And then their generator kicked on.
So yet another day passed, and of course, I was doing some AFK crafting yesterday, standing there crafting, and then tabbing out and watching some videos, and then tab back to do some crafting, and of course, forgot to log out again last night. But apparently, our AFKing went directly to live with no mention of it, because I was still standing at my crafting stations this morning, in AFK mode, just standing there, still at the, no sit down, no nothing. So apparently,
just standing again.
But on my own lot, nonetheless, on my own lot, which means that
fix has been in for a while.
What fix has been in for a while?
But at the same time, there was never any patch
the AFK on your own lot.
No, because I still kept getting kicked off my own lot even up to last week. While they said it was in, it wasn't actually.
It's been working fine for me.
Okay, well, standing at a crafting station, standing there without sitting for the whole night while I wasn't even here was all new. Okay, that was the one that's supposed to be on QA. Yeah, well, that's supposed to be on QA, and apparently it's working
We're
on
doing it live.
Yeah. Apparently it's working on.
Oh, I was ejected.
You still sit after a while, but it doesn't kick
Freddie
you.
was ejected.
That way
Michael was ejected.
Okay, Jack, you just ran all over Mom. What did you say, Mom?
Yeah, it's all good.
So the standing there is odd, but for the last month or two, you still sit down, but it hasn't kicked me in, 2 months or so.
Yep, and Mom's ejected. No, I've been kicked even on my own lot the last couple of weeks, just sitting on my lot. Don't know whether it was the game or stuff on my side, but yeah, I was still getting kicked. So
I can tell you the game has been behaving for me. So
Threadia out in front.
I don't know. I'm
Timey giving chase.
Long enough.
Threadia ejected.
To do anything?
Well, when you stick around afterwards like you did yesterday for an hour or two. Yeah. Econdis ejected. Until you need some resources and you've got to log out of the game to reclaim your resources.
Yep.
Tina ejected. Shot Glass in the lead at the moment. Let's see if he can hold on to it. Looks like he's got a good chance at it.
Okay, let's see.
And Shot Glass in for the win. Congratulations, Shot Glass.
Still going on my side.
Shot Glass is not on
the lead.
The lot today.
Although Mom and Laz are on a different path. Looks like Laz is now in the lead.
Yay, me.
And something happened on my stream. I don't know what it is. Waldo cheered with 300 bits, which means it's time to get Waldo a game key for Moon Hunters. Ooh, Moon Hunters. He's going to go shoot the moon. And Lily is doing the I'm going to lay on your wrist and try to prevent everything else. And let's see what's on the front door.
Delivery. Okay. Kitty cat.
Yes. And Moon Hunters who
we got a copy of $49. Streets of Fury EX on Steam.
And Laz was victorious on my side.
Go me.
I do not see any delivery vehicle. I don't know what set off that one. Computer,
Girl.
stop.
Girl.
Yeah. No, well, it has. I mean, if you notice, it hasn't been going off as much as it used to.
Nah, I still usually hear it when Streets of Fury $9.99, by the way. For one lucky winner.
Was that
winner's
Streets of Fury EX?
EX, yes, EX.
Okay, yeah.
And that's going to Gorix. Congratulations, Gorix.
And Scarlet brings up the rear for that victory. Congratulations to everybody that finished. And remember, no scrolls going out because Laz won on my side.
Everybody send Jack their scrolls.
That's right. Hey, you ready to talk about some Tweeterverse?
I am ready because we got some interesting stuff.
News. Yeah.
I have to scroll back down though. We're going, what, 7 hours ago?
7 hours ago, Chris tweeted out, "Still giving Inky some love. Hard to see this in this shot, but this elf is dancing because I did a play emote dance in his ink file. Still some work to do, but I'm slowly working through the quirks of hooking up functions in our non-standard Inky implementation." And there is a follow-up note. "This will only work with the standard biped type conversationalist, but should work with most emotes players can use. Just saving you some time before you jump on QA and try to make your dragon NPC do the Macarena."
Why can't my dragon do the Macarena?
Well,
I want Macarena dancing dragons, damn it.
Pet dance.
Yeah, pet dance should be one that's in there. That should be one of those variables that's in there. And of course, next giveaway is now open.
And then 6 hours ago, Chris tweeted out, "By player request, nay, demand, I have added hotkey bindings for all deck slots instead of just the first 12, kicking off a QA build shortly with this and all the Inky love."
Ooh, I'm wondering how he's going to get 48 hotkeys in there on a 101 keyboard that's already using 98 different hotkeys already.
Well, I mean, just the options for it, and then you could do Control Alt F1, whatever. Yeah, because people need all 48.
Yeah,
slots.
48's only for those people who are paying for it, by the way. Just so you all know.
I'm not paying for it ever. I'm sorry, not ever. As soon as the devs complete my developer challenge, honestly. Then 6 hours ago, next up for the Inky are ways to serialize data between sessions. Due to risks involved with players serializing unlimited unknown data to our servers, we are only storing data in the local database on the computer, but works between sessions. Save variable var, load variable var. Also, the relevance of this is that it allows players to create quest flags. You can have NPC1 set a variable that another NPC in a different part of the game can check for and should be on QA before lunch.
Before our show today.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
So
some Inky love.
So when he says quest flags, I'm curious as to what quest flags are going to be available. Are we going to be able to, like, give our NPCs rewards and they will give them back, or are you going to be able to turn something into an NPC?
Something. You're going to be able to do something.
You're going to be able to do something, but that's something we don't know yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that is.
No clue yet, but I guess we'll find out soon enough because it'll be live tomorrow.
Okay.
Tina says, no, that's just a programmatic flag. So do explain, Tina. I understand the save variable and load variable of programmatic flags, but you can have one NPC variable set that another NPC in a different part of the game can check for. So what would they be checking for? The fact that you spoke to them or the fact that you turned something into them? What would that be? Please advise. I'd like to know your insight on this.
Yes.
Ridgetroll says, oh, wow, they are globals.
You can make and name a flag gave quest equals yes. Yes. It is fantastic news for player created quests. The ability to set those flags and variables and define them so that way you can actually have an actual quest for players. Now, the one thing that we would also need is the ability to like assign some sort of loot to quest completion. And that would be nice as well.
And yeah, Bridge Troll has a comment which I've pinned up there.
Oh, those fools! Have they not learned? Variables! Variables! Yeah.
And Tina says they're checking if the local variable is set in the local database.
Yeah, it is a massive deal for player created quests.
Yes, we'll see how people deal with that as we move on here and progress. Varia rabbits. I saw a cute bunny last night. I don't know how many else of you did.
You saw what last night?
A cute bunny.
You saw a bunny? Was it swimming in your pool?
No.
Not yet. But loveaduck.com, thanks to Bridget Royal.
There you go, it's right here.
Yeah.
Pop, pop, pop. Right in my lap.
Eat your variables, kids. Hey, but speaking of QA, we do have some.
Well, since we're talking about that, let's jump ahead a little bit to the last post that I put up first.
Okay. Oh, wait.
Because, you know, this might be helpful in just a wee bit.
Helps. Wait. Add some basic instructions for installing Lua. Add some basic instructions for installing Lua scripts and how to find the correct folder to the Shroud of the Avatar player instructions.
Because there are none.
Yeah. It would also be helpful if there was a mod installer for the main menu to help ease the pain. I know David Devilcolt has a mods website with desktop apps to do this. And now that he is part of the SOTA, maybe he can utilize the code from those desktop apps to incorporate that functionality right into the game.
Maybe.
That would be awesome.
That's right. But in the meantime, some basic instructions for how to install, where to install, and get it functional in the first place might be a bit advantageous to the player base.
Yes.
Tina says, as much shit as I give Chris, I have to give him credit when he does something good. The variables are something good. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, as long as they work.
Good to see this
properly.
finally coming in, but we'd still like to see maps before we get into craziness like this, because if you can't locate something on a map, the chances of you finding your player questie is slim to none without spending hours upon hours looking for it. Yes.
It's going to be something.
Yes.
Yeah. Lily is trying to help me use my mouse again. But let's go talk about some QA testing directives because fireplace and chimney
QA testing
recipe
directives. Why did that jump? That shouldn't have jumped.
should finally function correctly. The stone and the wood and stone fireplace and chimney sets were non-functional at the crafting table. Craft button would not light up. This issue has now been corrected and is live on the QA server. Please note, take some time to try them out to help confirm the fix is in place. In addition, we have cleaned up the recipe database a bit, so please do a random test of various recipes in your book to ensure that they still work.
That again, using
that
these
to me would
multiple
be
friggin' threads.
That would be right there the biggest QA directive. We cleaned up the recipe database. Please go test your recipes.
Go test
All of them.
something.
All of
go
them.
Test
Yeah.
something. Something out of the 10,000 possible recipes you can have in your book. Go test something.
Yeah. Go test them all. I mean, that should be the QA directive, not the, hey, we fixed chimneys so they finally work properly. We fixed that bug.
They say they fixed them. The only way to prove that is for people to go test them. So I understand that. But I still don't understand is why he still makes a separate post for these instead of just leave them under the directive so that you can just go post under the directive to say it works, it doesn't work. You have to follow a link to another damn post in another part of the forums in order to,
I'm aware.
Yeah, I just don't get it, Ravlox. I don't get it, buddy.
Silly stuff. Silly stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, other testing directives that we also have, thank you to Ravlox, is the player dungeon room, the Rise Shaft. Because you're going to get shafted. The deco version of the Shaft player dungeon room now has deco surfaces. Please go test those. Any player who has the room in their dungeon should now be able to place deco without having to rebuild. Players who do not have the room, you can get one to test on the QA server in the fishing expedition scene. If the chest is empty on the platform thing, please ping Ravlox and he'll mail you one on QA Friday to Sunday, some point in time. Yes.
And again,
additional deco surfaces.
Yeah.
Huh?
And again, with the additional thread.
Yeah.
I'm going to harp on this until he stops doing it. Yeah, which will probably never happen, but yeah. And Mom says, hopefully people testing do some from the recipe that was taught by another player and not learned or purchased one because that's part of what wasn't working. Actually, I found that some of the recipes I couldn't actually teach people that were reteachable, even though...
No, the fireplaces.
Oh, well, okay.
Common denominator seemed to be, if it was taught to you by another player, it's like something wasn't registering that you actually could craft it, but if you rebought the recipe, you could craft it.
I got you.
People already have it in their book, and they're like, yeah, I can craft it, and it's not going to help.
Yeah, no, last time somebody asked me to teach them recipes, I found there were a handful of recipes that were reteachable that I just could not teach them, and I just shrugged it off as just another one of them bugs that'll never get fixed until somebody complains enough to get it fixed, and hopefully they fixed it. I don't do a lot of teaching anymore because I've got so many recipes in my book that are teachable that it takes me about an hour to teach people recipes, and I just usually don't have an hour to kill. But if somebody...
Well, that and you sell recipes on your vendors.
And well,
I mean, why hurt your...
why hurt my business
model?
That's right.
Why?
You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, why hurt your... I mean, it's the adage of time is money and money is time really does apply when you're selling
he
stuff.
didn't link the bug reports. He links a whole brand new thread. here's the testing directive. Go to this thread over on the other side of the forums to add your feedback instead of just adding the feedback under the fucking thread that says, here's the directive, so everybody can find it under the directive. They have to go someplace else to post the feedback a half a mile away, around the corner, down the street, past the stoplight. I think it's stupid. For the fireplace, let's go back to the fireplace. He put two of them there. He linked to the bug threads. Exactly what he did. Yes, in the fireplace, he linked to the bug threads. But again, linking off to something else instead of just asking for the feedback under the thread, asking for the testing. I mean, it takes time to do this, which means it's taking developer time away from other shit every time he's got to make and copy and paste and do that. I don't care if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes that it takes him to do it. That's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes that can be used doing something else. 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes adds up to hours lost making these links to other shit. Period. You know.
Yep.
Yeah, economists, that's right. And players don't want to read anyway.
Why would we?
Yes.
Let's see. Yeah.
And Tina says, you instruct new guildies to ask rather than buying teachables or reteachables. Are you spending the time to actually reteach them a whole recipe book, Tina? By any chance? Just curious. Just curious.
He's spending that time to do it. Hey. But other game news, we have some questions.
You want to talk about chicken waffles, or is that something?
Well, we could talk about chicken waffle, except so y'all remember Finn Staber, former developer at Portalarium, and his company. Let's talk about chicken waffle.
Chicken waffle, love the name.
Yes, and they are selling some stock in their company. And this is a non-voting type A stock, but equity.
Type A, yes.
Yeah, type A, not the stock. Series B. But stock. It is still non-voting. And that was actually posted on Facebook earlier today by Finn. And you know what? I'm going to be so nice. I'm posting that link all the way out there. Yeah, well, those talons on the chicken that look too large, Econdis, if you notice, they're an attachment of some sort. So yeah, it's got some stretchers on there. It's the VR stuff. So it's been forced open. But they have made several games related to their VR adventures. And they do have a current valuation of $75 million. But if you go all the way down, you can see that that is a Class A non-voting common stock. And they're currently valuing their shares at $4.17. But yeah, if you want some stock in Finn Staber's Chicken Waffle Incorporated, hopefully that's not actually his apartment address that's listed in the company information.
I would hope address. Not. Yeah.
It might be. I have no idea.
Our games have hundreds of millions of fans.
Yeah, I'm not reading all that out loud.
Yeah, I'm just casually browsing through it because Baby Hands was that's the picture of the game you see here. I believe was the first game that they developed, wasn't it? So how many games have they developed since Baby Hands?
They have a couple of VR games.
Which is Baby Hands is a VR game, just for anybody who doesn't know. Don't go out and run and buy it if you don't have VR.
I don't have VR, but I spent that $2 to do it.
Yeah, we both bought in. I now have VR, so now I can go play it in VR.
So, but if you look at some of the awards that they've done, Augie Award for Best in Show at AWE 2019 and Best Esports Experience at CES 2020. And they have done other virtual stuff, including a shark adventure, something at a Tesla plant, all kinds of stuff. So, and some first-person shooters. So, yeah, you got the VR first-person shooter or AR first-person shooter.
Augmented reality.
Yeah, VR, AR, and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I was all sorts of excited for AR when Google Glass made its way onto the scene, and then I was really disappointed when it went. Tigers kick ass. That's right.
It happens. It happens.
It does.
But yeah, we got all kinds of stuff. But yeah, check it out if you're interested in that. It's some actual stock, although non-voting shares.
Another question.
I wish them luck on funding that stuff. But are you ready for another game question for Shroud?
Another game question, because this is a question that has many people scratching their asses wondering what the hell's going on.
Why is this game more graphic intensive than, say, Elder Scrolls Online or Guild Wars 2? Those two games I can play with no problems whatsoever on my current machine. Just a question. Please don't roast me.
You posting on the forums, you're asking for a roast, Umire.
Well, I'm going to go with ignore all the other people's answers. And I'm going to go with a Unity best practice that was not followed of LODs and optimize.
Optimize at every pass.
And optimize. LODs and optimize. LODs and optimize. LODs and optimize. And then Ampu's like, well, it's because the game is dynamic object heavy. Most games are just static. Something that's about a similar or dynamic object heavy game is No Man's Sky. Game has thousands of objects that can be interacted with and moved around. I believe No Man's Sky actually performs much better than Shroud.
I haven't played it, so I can't comment on it.
Yeah. And not sure if that's it. Take control points, for example. They run like shit because when you press F9, voila, the game runs just fine.
Overlays.
Yeah. If bad performance was caused just by intractable movable objects, the problems would be limited to towns, which would be bearable. But we get very bad performance in adventuring scenes as well, which isn't acceptable given the comparison with other MMOs. Econdis is like, the game is more CPU intensive because of this. It is processor bound.
That's one of the biggest problems.
There are a few options in video settings such as GPU collision, load time baking, which should improve your experience. Umayer's got everything set.
Don't turn on peripheral lighting.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the lack of following of Unity best practices in LODs and optimization of code at every single pass. As we know, whenever they have focused on performance, they've isolated it to one thing, and then they're like, hey, we did a 30% frame rate increase. But when you've got 10 frames a second, you're
3 frames.
Exactly. And so the other thing is whenever they are developing the game, whenever they're like performance testing internally, what is their target frame rate? I'm willing to bet that Chris has it set up to 30 frames per second as the target frame rate for performance, instead of 60 or 90, to actually go through that optimization process.
I rarely get 30 frames. Rarely. And again, it's not like I don't have a PC that can handle it. It's not like I don't have the memory. It's not like I don't have a graphics card.
It's like I get better performance in Cyberpunk 2077. A lot better performance. So it is one where optimizations and LODs were essentially ignored, and that's created a lot of problems.
I'm guessing that he's bound to a couple things because, again, let's talk a little bit more here because I'm curious and I want to see if we can't fish out the answer to this question. So.
Yeah, and new graphics card isn't going to help you, Tina. Remember, new motherboard and processor are going to do better.
Yeah. He's just saying he needs a new graphics card. Yeah, don't we all? Again, I traded in my $1,000 card for a $200 card, and my $200 card runs better than my $1,000 card ever did. My $200 card is now worth over $800, so I don't understand that either, but it is what it is. I had the Titan X, and it ran this game like crap. Went down to the 1660 Ti, and it runs a little better than crap. Yeah. But a lot better than it did with the Titan. Remember that conversation we had where I said $500 for a graphics card? I'm never going to do that. Then I went out and spent $1,000 on a graphics card. Remember we had that conversation?
Hey, man. I still cap out my graphics card is like $500. I mean,
yeah. Well, again, when I saw the 1660 come out and its ratings were right underneath the Titan for $270, that was a no-brainer to grab that one. So.
Hold on. I don't even know what processor or video card I have on here. System info. I am running a GTX. Where is it? Hardware resources. Display. GTX 1080 on my primary desktop. My other desktop is running like a GTX 980 or something like that.
1080? You still running a 1080?
I'm still running a 1080, man.
Jeez, I thought you upgraded that when you upgraded the rig.
Well, that was my upgrade. Remember,
the rig was the upgrade.
$500. Yeah. And this rig is now what? 4 years old or so?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Mine's about as old as the game is now. So, I mean, I bought this rig for the game back in the day. But
but optimize and LODs, man. Optimize LODs.
He says he's got his settings on the lowest and that he can't justify buying a new computer just to play one game. You won't be buying just a new computer to play one game because all your other games will play a lot better. But then Drendal says that he built a PC for $350 that runs like a dream on max settings. And I want to know what this was with a 1650, GeForce 1650 and 16 gig of RAM. I'm wondering when he built this for $350 and what he's powering it with, what kind of chips he's gotten there, because you can't buy a chip for $350 these days, that I'm aware of, let alone buy a whole PC for that. But he also recommends renting Shadow PC. I was going to say, even at that, I don't think you can buy the RAM for that kind of money either, right?
You can do something. You can do something.
$350. Hell, I can't buy a case for $100 these days.
Pre-pandemic, yeah. LODs and optimize your code. It's kind of like why is the network code frequently showing characters in the wrong place? And you can see that like whenever you're on someone's stream and someone's like sitting down like several meters in game behind a couch. When you know that they're supposed to be sitting on the couch, which happens to both Laz and myself quite frequently. It's like even the network code needs to be optimized. And that lack of optimization with the network code also makes it impossible to implement something like collision
like
for
when
mobs.
I'm sitting, and are you sitting or are you actually standing right now? Let me ask you that question.
I am sitting in my chair.
See, because that's not what I see. Talking about network code. Yeah, I see you standing.
Example.
Yeah, network code. Perfect example.
Hey,
You're standing there with your loot.
Hey, time for you to Windows key Shift S, take that screenshot, paste it inside of Discord so that way I can bring up what Laz is seeing on his screen.
Does that work for me?
Windows key Shift S.
Yeah, I'm trying.
And you just stood up, so.
Nope, that doesn't do it.
Windows key Shift and S.
And that just moves my character around. Doesn't do anything.
Are you sure you're using the Windows key?
Yeah, Windows key Shift S. And I just sat down doing that. It's just a lot easier for me to just open this and hit the screenshot.
Laz, hit escape first for you.
Well, yeah, I've already got it now.
Well, I want your trimmed screenshot.
Yeah.
Come on. There. This is what Laz sees on his screen.
This is what Jack is actually doing. This is what I see on my screen.
That would be network code not identifying locations properly, which is something that you get, which results in things where, hey, you never know exactly what you're hitting as far as a mob goes because the network code is so poorly, I shouldn't say that, is not accurate enough to actually identify where things are. So visually, it might be on the other side of the screen, but it might be right in front of you. And that's why you never know what you're hitting. So LODs and optimize. Why does the game perform like crap, Laz?
No optimizations.
Yes.
Optimize at every pass.
And remember, I am not
Change
a
code,
developer.
optimize.
I just yell at people.
No, we just read the instructions when we went out and researched Unity before we started digging with it back in the day because again, when they introduced this, there were asset packs, and we were at least I was under the impression that we were going to be able to play with those asset packs and submit those asset packs back into the game to create our own stuff that we could use or sell to other players and stuff like that. So, of course, first thing I did was go get a copy of Unity to start playing with. Jack got a copy of Unity to play with the asset packs too. And of course, somebody read the directions. I never read the directions. I leave that to the guy who does all the reading.
Hey,
but yes, best practices. And of course, he sent me the link. Best practices, LOD, optimize. LOD, optimize.
I wish I could find that still. And there's all kinds of ways to actually see the LOD problem. If you play around with your graphics settings and start going through and paying attention to what's in the distance. So level of detail for me right now is on max. If I reduce it, you can see the biggest change you see is in the tree performance. But I'm going to aim my camera at the windmills in the distance at the very top of the mountain. It's like, if you turn around and you notice absolutely zero difference in the change of the LODs for what I can see on something that is not even in the map. That is actually outside the map. That is part of the curtain wall. And it's like, there is no LODs there.
Well, why do we even have that outside the curtain wall?
Well, I mean, because the zone ends way before that. It's in the
I
background.
I understand that. So why do we even have
Yeah.
moving stuff in the scene outside the curtain wall if it's
So,
not going to be actually doing anything? Yeah, that's
so the
all I'm
other
asking.
thing is, if you do the LODs and you look at the moon
The
and
moon.
play around with the slider bar, and you also notice zero difference in details, that is an LOD problem. So LODs, massive problem as far as performance goes. Now, can this be something that's rectified in the near term? No. Why not, Laz?
Baked in?
Baked in, and how many artists do we have left on staff?
Oh, well, first off, we would have to upgrade the scene from Unity 4.0 up, shouldn't we? I mean, at least this scene.
Well, this scene was designed in Unity 4 and has never been touched.
Yes, yeah. But, yeah, multiple reasons. Multiple reasons.
So,
Let's talk about some other interesting, talk about programming. Talk about some daily turn-ins, because yet another example. And again, you know, we don't go out and make this stuff up. This is stuff that you guys and gals out there post,
is
and yeah.
Adam Crow, as far as daily turn-ins, is there a way to see details on what you get from these? For me, it always just lists the XP gold and then says the number of items I receive, but it doesn't list the actual items. Kind of ruins it for me, especially since I have to go to do inventory management to remove all the junk food items and lesser potions out of my bag.
Be nice to have a loot bag. Real
The
simple problem fixer.
Majority with the troll post. Yeah, in this game, daily
Always with
turn-ins
the
are
troll post.
cheaply implemented. They should have some depth in progression, in my opinion. Like the daily quest changes out, for example, if you did it daily for so many times, then a new quest and reward cycles around. What's that game that you play all the time? GTA 5 do?
Yeah. New quests, new cars, new stuff every week.
What? No way.
Every week.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow,
Yeah.
I'll be logging in to win the newest car that they've added in for, grabs on the lucky wheel of fortune, and I get to go spin the wheel and win a car for free. Yep.
Free car. But you know what time it is, Laz? It's time for us.
It's not that time because we're 5 minutes behind because of technical difficulties.
You might be, but I started my stream on time. And I have to get on a call, so I have to
just because you need to get on a call, yeah, that's another whole thing.
And I'm giving away a copy of Railway Empire to Econdis.
You do that, and I'll be giving away one in about 5 minutes here for radio continuity, because I need to keep radio continuity.
You got to get that hour. Whereas like mine was like the first 7 minutes was me just on mute going.
Yeah, going, hi. Which sucks if I actually needed that recording as a fallback, because I'd be screwed.
Work call that ran late due to someone else having a power outage.
Yeah.
Okay, but I got to get out of here. Y'all have a great day, and we will talk soon.
All right, Jack's out of here. We'll see him tomorrow right here on the news. But meanwhile, I'm just going to continue on this for a moment. But yes, they should have some depth and perception, like the daily quest changes out, for example. If you did it daily for so many times, then a new quest and reward cycles around, which again, like GTA, every week they cycle between what gets double rewards, what gets triple rewards, and triple cash and double cash and all that. And every week it's new stuff. Every week it's a different job. Every week it's a different task. Every week it's a new car that you can get every week. Yes, week. But of course, they only made like $3 billion this last year. on a 12-year-old game, so they're not doing too bad. That's B with a B for billion, not million. Also, number one game sales in the world for a game is now GTA 5, still 12, 13 years later. I don't know if it's that long. It was released in, 2013, I think, actually. So I'm exaggerating a bit there. Like a fishing quest, which requires fish for a merchant hosting an event, or say he is a collector of certain fish, he can reward you with a special fishing pole or things like a fishing hat, special bait, or fishing accessories. After doing the fishing quest so many times, you can receive a fishing title that gives you a buff. Now, I know we are buff city in this game, but in my opinion, buffs could have resulted from quests as much as from other things. A PvP daily could be a bounty quest instead of always messing with our character stats to balance PvP items, could add or subtract stats, and give the players some certain control of how effective they are by the knowledge and the skill building. Well, I have a strong opinions on direction of the game goes and balances out, blah, 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 blah. And Ampu chimes in with, yeah, it's only a list. It only lists some items, but not all, like from the storehouse or uncommon. Don't know if that's a bug or not. And Alley-oop chimes in with, whether or not it lists all the items in chat is tied to how many there are. Can see the same thing with Erla sometimes. I don't know what Erla is. But yes, that's either lazy or bad programming. Why should it be tied to that? And why should it? We should just give you a list of everything you get, like every other game in the world. Not you got 3 items, you got this item, that item, and the other item, and it lists them. Not because you got more items this time than last time. It should list every item you got, or solve the problem by giving people freaking loot bags. Which is one of them things that has been asked for over. Yeah, I have no idea. It's probably a questie out there, Tina. I really haven't the slightest clue as to what that is, and I'm not going to suppose that I actually know the answer to that. So I digress. It is what it is, and it's just one of them. One of them unexplained mysteries of the universe at this point in time. So again, not going to try and figure it out. But meanwhile, while we wrap things up, make sure you're in on the giveaway. Make sure you're raffled up because we're going to be giving away another game here in just a minute. While I roll through those sponsors real quick to make that extra minute or two up. And my Doritos didn't show, did they? Let me see. Did that get turned off again somehow? I got to see here. My alert box. That's the alert box. Where is stream labels? Nope, that's that one. Credits. Emote wall. Yeah, the emote wall got turned off again. I don't know how. Let's try that again. Try those Doritos again. Let's see if maybe they're just see if that was a problem here on the emote wall or whether their code is just crappy and needs to be done again. There they are. There's my Doritos. Yep. Nom 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 nom. Yeah, sometimes I hit these by accident. There should be a lock on whether they can be hidden or not, but there isn't. Just a lock on whether I can move them or not, which is one of them unexplained mysteries of Streamlabs. But anyway, don't forget you're tuned in to Lunch with Laz and Jack, where Jack's already out of here for today. And of course, you can catch us every Monday through Friday, noon to 1 Central Standard Time, except for days when I screw up and we got to start a couple minutes late. But that's okay. We get her done. The Britannia Mining Company wants you to come join their ranks. If you're a crazy like-minded miner type and you want some people who of the same like mind, go to bmcguild.com/join. Fill out an application. That's right. You need to fill out an application because If you want the guild to take some time on you, you got to take some time to let them know that you're interested. So go fill out that app, and somebody will be in touch with you shortly. WRFB Radio Free Britannia, bringing you the latest news and entertainment 24/7 around the clock, including two idiots misinterpreting the news every Monday through Friday at 12s and 6s around the clock, in case you missed us live. ShroudMusic.com for ABC files, and of course, like Bridge Troll says, go marry a duck, buy a duck, do a duck. You can get that all out at ShroudMarketplace.com, where you can buy or sell anything and everything Shrouded Avatar related, and 200 plus independently owned and operated shops. I just love the fact that there's that many shops, that many people selling things, and there's plenty out there. Makes a real marketplace because you can shop prices and get the best price on what it is that you're looking for. But we're going to go ahead and wrap things up for today. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. Let me go ahead and see what we're giving away for the last game of the day. And that's going to be a copy of Talisman Origins. Talisman Origins, which is $5.99 on Steam. That's going out to one lucky winner. And that is going to be Gorix. Wins again. Congratulations, Gorix. You've got a copy of Talisman Origins. And of course, we'll be back with more tomorrow right here on NBNN. Till then, I'm Laz. Jack had to get out of here, and we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.